Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. So we are going to begin a power clean unit, okay? And the beginning of this unit will start by you guys practicing the movement at home, and then tomorrow you'll come to class and we will continue to build, to progress on this movement once you guys have a little bit of background knowledge, which I will give you right now. So the goal is I will give you this little breakdown of the movement. You guys are going to practice it on your own at home, and then tomorrow we'll continue to improve our skills together as a class. All right? So let me go through this power clean movement, which is what we're learning today. And then I'll break it down into 4 steps, and then it's your turn to work on them. All right? So the power clean, the bar starts down below the knee. You're going to jump it up and catch it in this we call front rack position and stand. So from the front position, starts here, jump it up, catch, and stand. And that is your power clean. We're going to use some kind of barbell-ish thing. So I have a PVC pipe. You can use a broomstick. You can use a baseball bat. Anything that's very light, easy to move, and something long enough to where it resembles a barbell. All right? So like I said, we have 4 parts, okay? And I'll go through each part here really quick so you guys can understand what we're trying to do in the power clean, okay? So the first thing we want to do is the setup. So when we're setting up, we want a nice narrow stance, bringing our feet right underneath our hips, okay? Not too wide, not feet together, but right, just nice athletic stance, feet under hips. Our grip should be about a thumb's length from the side of our body, okay? So we're not out here, we're not in here, about a thumb's length from the sides. And you're just letting that barbell hang down just like this. Okay, in our setup position, you're going to go down, bring this bar below the knee, just like this, okay? And we want our shins vertical. We don't want our knees too far forward or too far back. Okay, a nice bend in the knees, in your heels, and your back should be nice and flat. So notice my back isn't curved, just like this. It is in a strong position to pull something off the ground. Shoulders should be back, not slouched down. Okay, you're here and you're ready to pull. Here's what it looks like from the front, just like this, all right? From here, we're going to begin the initial pull off the ground, which is step 2 in the power clean. So you're here, you're set up. 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to slowly pull off the ground towards your knees. As you get up above the knees, you're going to accelerate that pull and stand just like this, okay? When you're doing this full speed, that pull is going to turn into a shrug and an extension. Notice my hips come open and I come up on my toes, and you want to generate power, okay? If you had 300 pounds on this barbell, you're not going to just muscle it up. You want to use everything you have to pop that bar up with your hips and your legs. That's your strong muscles, and you want to utilize those in this lift. The second part, or the third part after the setup and the initial pull off the ground, is the pull up before we turn over, okay? So step 1 is setting up. Step 2 is this. Step 3 is this, okay? So like I mentioned with the open hips, we want to make sure that when we're transitioning from the stand up to the pull, our hips are open, okay? So we don't want to pull before our hips open. We want hips open and then pull, okay? So that's one thing to really practice, is that timing of hips open and then bend the arms. Does that make sense? So it's not elbows bent and then open. It's hips open, then arms bend, all right? So that's our second or third part of the clean, is set up, stand, big shrug, bring those elbows high and outside. So from the front view, you're shrugging your shoulders and then bending as you keep the bar really close to your body, okay? So we don't want to let that bar come out away from us. Again, if you have 300 pounds on the bar, you want the most efficient path for this bar to go, and that is in a straight line, straight up, okay? as high as you can with those elbows. And the final part of the power clean is the catch and the stand after we dip. So you're going to set up, deadlift or stand, shrug the elbows and the shoulders, okay, get this bar high, and then we are going to drop underneath it. The two things we want to do here are bend our knees and bring our elbows forward. So bend the knees looks like this, elbows forward looks like this, and we want to do it at the same time before we stand up to finish, okay? So we're in this high position, a little bit leaned back. You can be up on your toes, okay? And then you're going to elbows forward and bend the knees just like this to catch the bar in an athletic position before we stand, okay? So the final part after doing all of those is to put it all together. Remember, you're setting up, you're deadlifting, you're pulling, you're shrugging that bar high, and then you are dropping underneath it, getting those elbows forward as fast as you can, and then stand up. All right, so from the front, set up, pull, 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 fast explosion, and catch and stand, okay? One thing, if you feel like you're getting this down a little bit more of an advanced thing you can add in there is notice my feet are nice and narrow. When you're dropping down, you want to jump them a little bit wider before you stand, okay? So start with them narrow. You're going to jump and catch a little bit wider and then finish. All right, so those are our parts. We have the setup, we have the stand, the shrug and pull, and then the drop underneath it with the dip of our knees and the elbows forward, and that's a power clean. All right, so work on those 4 different parts, put it all together, and then we are going to work on that together in class tomorrow once you get a little practice. All right, good luck, you guys.